very, all you're adding is
Everybody, good, how you doing?
I can actually see who's who.
What's that?
I said, actually, I can tell what at the other place, I could just basically see shapes in the background, you know? Now I can tell who's who. Sounds good.
Hi there.
I shared it.
Do you want cash for
Hi there.
tickets, or do you want, should I give this for ticket sales? Should I give this to you or Dennis?
Yep.
Okay. Wi-Fi? Yeah. What's the Wi-Fi password? I forget.
Buddyz, it's all lowercase. What are you drinking?
Diet. Thanks, Sean.
Hey, Mike, just curious, am I kind of up on a monitor?
You are
Okay, good.
live on screen.
Nice.
What was the password? Buddyz Pizza, all lowercase. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Is Jeff the only one online? Yeah.
Yeah, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Matt, I don't know if you just heard me tell Mike, but from an online experience, this room is great compared to the Hidden Pearl.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I mean, I can see everybody. I can see who's talking. That's nice.
Oh, 690. I thought you said yeah, see, mine was 860. So we made a lot higher specs. That's my So, and Heritage is going to have the lowest seat.
So David, what's more interesting, looking at me or MMA on the other TV?
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at that one most. I'm going to be really distracted. It's dirt bike racing on, so.
Hey, that's a question. How easily could you hear what David just said?
David, I couldn't hear David all that well. I heard him talking and I heard him say something like MMA is more interesting than me. So
Can you hear me pretty well?
I can hear you pretty well, yeah.
Okay.
Like example, I can hear Mark talking right now, but I can't hear what he's saying.
Otherwise,
It might help too once we like running in like one person talking at a time. Shatters down there.
Now see there I could hear David fairly well in that time.
All right, everybody, stand up and we'll start with the Rotary song. Is that how we do this?
Yeah, awesome. Sure, I'm gonna wait for that.
Flag at the fire station.
Sure.
Fire station. Through the wall.
Right on the
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right. So, next we will go through guests. We have guests today. No, Jeff, do you have a guest with you?
No, I'm by myself today. Thank you. I'm good.
Oh, Jeff. Oh. All right. And then Happy Dollars.
I got 5.
Woo!
Woo. I normally don't have cash. Did I get these? I go on vacation tomorrow. It's been a while. I'm going to South Dakota and Colorado. I need a vacation.
Jeff, I know you have happy dollars.
I do. I have a happy dollar. You guys have seen me brag already on my son. He's running. He's having a great cross country season. So yes, I'm very happy for him. He's got some admirable goals and he's working real hard to get them. So he finished first his meet on Tuesday. And he actually finished the meet by almost 20 seconds ahead of the person that finished second. So he ran a really good race. So if anybody knows running, he has his meet Saturday at Veterans Acres in Crystal Lake. And if anybody knows that course, that is a difficult course. To go to the finish, you have to run down the steep sledding hill at full speed to try not to fall to get to the finish line. So it's a bear, but I'm very proud of him. So thanks, Matt. Yep. Very
That's
happy.
awesome, Jeff. Sounds like he's doing great. Karen, yes. Karen's happy for the weather. Awesome.
I have a happy dollar.
All right, lay it on us.
September, it's Life Insurance Awareness Month. We are so excited that we partnered with Sean here at Buddyz. So if you make an appointment with us and you have your life insurance reviewed, whether you have life insurance or a current policy, we will review it for you. We will stamp your coupon and you will receive a free large pizza. What? Or dine in any amount of times that you want. So it's a really nice program. I'm really excited for it.
I wasn't sure, but now I have the extra dollar.
All right.
I'll throw in happy dollars.
Woo!
Happy that all three of my boys are back in soccer. Go for $3. Good to get them out being active.
I'm happy as well. Good afternoon, everybody. David Listener from Medicine. I have a happy dollar and a crabby dollar.
Krabby's $5.
I know, I'm skimping out on the crabby. I'm happy that my diet continues to work and I'm losing weight. I'm my lowest forever. Crabby that my clothes are starting to not fit me well. Whatever, I'll take that problem. I'll take that problem.
Just roll your pants.
Right?
That's a good problem.
Baggy.
I have 2 happy dollars as well. My boys both made varsity team for soccer at McHenry. So
Awesome.
my youngest being a freshman, so that's
Wow.
That's great.
So it's just fun to see them play together. So.
Awesome. Just water.
Dawn, I just wanted to compliment you on your background. I like how you did that. That's pretty smooth. I haven't seen that before.
I'll be honest, I think it just happened by mistake.
Oh, it's pretty nice the way it fuzzes out the background. That's pretty slick. So,
Yeah, looks professional.
yeah.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Good to
Hi.
see you all. I really was hoping to make it out today, but it just wasn't in the cards. We had a meeting run late and here we are, but it's good to see everybody.
Yeah, good to see you. Did John or Dawn, did you guys have any happy dollars?
Let's see. Yeah, I have a happy dollar. We hired a new employee, and so my position has been filled, and that means I'll probably be able to make it to a meeting once in a while now. So yes.
John, did you have anything?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, sounds good. I have 3 happy dollars. One, I'm happy to be back. It was a long month being gone. It's glad to I've been hiding away and tucked away in my basement 10 hours a day minimum. It's good to see light like a groundhog. So I'm glad to be back. I'm really just glad and grateful for Mark taking the reins while I was gone, helping me out, taking the meetings, being there for everyone, being there for me. That's awesome, man. It's I can't do the things that I did, take 4 weeks off to do military stuff without people in my life. that will step up and do that. I'm not planning on it, man. Not planning on it. I was just on some other advisors today. I highly recommend not taking 4 weeks off of work. It's great. And then for everyone too, for the whole club, just being there and supporting what's going on, not complaining and just kind of rolling with the punches. Everyone did a great job. So
Not complaining.
there was, from what I heard, there wasn't complaining. So those are my 3 happy dollars there. I'll come over and make change later there. What's that? Right? No, it was really great. It speaks to this club and kind of where we started and where we are, where we're heading. That we can be flexible like that and make changes, especially during a big event like Blues Brews and Barbecue. So it's a good month in that regard. All right, so next up, oh, there we go. Any happy dollars?
You happy?
Am I happy? Yeah, if you're happy and you know.
All right, who invited this guy? Good to see you, Dan. All right.
I'm happy that I can meet with people in person and eat. I'm tired of Zoom meetings.
Good.
I'm tired of getting yelled at for asking people who are masks. I'm tired of this whole mess. So that's how I'm happy that I can be here.
Good. So speaking of faking it until you make it, I don't really have anything planned for today. So we're going to go through some stuff, talk about some stuff, get some updates, and we just have it be kind of like a club meeting and see, what things we're working on and where we want to head. I do have some things to put out, but for the most part, it should be pretty informal today. That's going to change, and we'll get on a better cycle of what we're going to be doing at the meetings and a better rhythm there. Upcoming dates, we're going to start with Karen. Do we have any social events coming up?
We do, and I wanted to into the date. I wanted to do an Oktoberfest for us.
Karen, would you mind coming up so that people can hear you there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Just anywhere right here. There's fine.
Okay.
You face out.
Okay, but now which way do I
You face
face?
out. That's
Okay.
okay.
So, if we did Oktoberfest, we could do like a potluck and everybody brings a German dish. And I still have to figure out music, and I'm thinking outdoors. Maybe we could see if the pavilions in use at Henry Park. And then Denny, you could put Chuck's plaque back up that night. That would be
You think they would good?
I thought it was done, and he was going to take care of it, it's just so
Oh, okay.
that was my understanding.
Okay, so I can look into that, but I want to make sure we've got some interest first about doing this. And it would be like the first Friday of October, or maybe the second Friday of October, whatever works better.
Just a thought. I was going through and trying to send over but I was trying to come up with a calendar for start scheduling stuff, and we have the
So, yeah, we had decided already going into this year that we're not going to be doing the 5th Thursday, the 5th meeting of the month. Karen's going to come up with a quarterly schedule, and it's going to be 2 kind of like informal come as you are kind of things. And then
Thursday, the 30th is a 5th Thursday.
Okay.
Okay, so the first would work, October 1st, next Friday.
I guess.
You want to do it on a weekend, so it's over this month and so is there interest?
For an Oktoberfest potluck on
Held outdoors.
a Friday evening outdoors.
I'm interested, but I'll be out of town first. I'm interested, but the first don't work for me. I'll be out of town, so if that works for others, then by all means.
The first week you're out of town, what about the second week? That might be other option.
Yeah, second weekend I'd be fine. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying for us, Fridays are always good.
Oh, really? Saturday work better?
We're gone weekends.
Oh.
We're usually gone weekends, so that's why during the week.
Well, who said you guys could have fun on the weekends?
Yeah, I know. It's not supposed to happen. We get and fill out a
So-
lot of forms, right?
So let's say, we'll do this. So like the informal things, like a potluck where like we don't need a reservation, we don't need to get, bookings in advance. We can plan that for kind of whenever. And if we miss it, we're gonna miss some stuff. Not everyone's gonna be able to go to everything, right? But if we alternate it, like, maybe one on a Friday, one on a Wednesday, one on a Saturday, we'll start hitting people as it's, because everyone has different schedules, right? Like for me, any weeknight is bad. You know what I mean? So if we, that's why I wanted to do that. I didn't want to lock it in because then we are always going to exclude the same people. If we have it more flexible like this, we'll do that. And so we would miss you for this one. Hopefully we'd be able to catch you on something else. And then with the quarterly one, if we're planning like a murder mystery dinner or whatever, or an escape room, right? That's something where we can put out a survey 2 months ahead. What day works best for an escape room? Get the club, and whatever day works the best, that's the day. All right. And then this is where we're gonna go. This is how much it'll cost. You have until this time to get the money in, or else we won't be able to go. We need X amount of people for that. So that's why we wanted to do it kind of like on the quarterly schedule.
Sooner, that'd be great, because if we know 2 months out, then I can adjust my schedule.
And that's what we're hoping to get into, that kind of a rhythm where like the ski show, right? Going to the ski show, come if you can, right? But we're gonna try and have some Rotary people there. Potluck dinner, come if you can. If we can get, X amount of people, let's make it happen. And then the escape room, they would be like, let's plan it out like that.
If there's some interest, I'll get an email out and get, feedback, and then we'll get it scheduled.
All right. Did you have any other things that you were looking at
Speakers, oh, you mean social?
for social events?
I laser tag, the escape room. There's something else too. Everything is dependent on where our numbers are and whether we're banned from being indoors again, because people aren't vaccinated and they're spreading it.
Can I offer up axe throwing as an idea?
Axe throwing.
I've never done that. That looks like.
Yeah. There you go.
That's very fun.
What about,
Where do you do that?
I have no idea because I live in Wisconsin, but I'm sure y'all have some. place.
Wherever you can play an axe, just start throwing.
yeah,
I thought there was one. Maybe
So
Brazilian
we're
too.
in Wisconsin, though, that might be closer than Schaumburg.
Well, there's like
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
just an idea.
Axe throwing. Okay, what other ideas do you have? Any other ideas, something different?
what about like one of the like informal ones, pumpkin picking or apple picking at Stotty's? Right, where everyone's probably gonna do it at some point, and we could say, let's do this as a Rotary thing, and like we can take a picture out there. And some of it's, some of it's not like, let's get together and have something happen, have there be music and do this thing or whatever. Sometimes it's just, let's be together outside of these meetings, meet up, say hi, take a picture, post it on social media, do your thing with your family, come at different times and just know that we're there,
And most of these will be bring kids, grandkids, whoever you want to bring, to make it more fun, that we always like kids at events. So, all right, if you have any other ideas, let me know, and, I'll get an email out with the ideas I've had, including extra now, and we'll see how much interest there is.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. So speaking of programs, September 30th, we're gonna have the Pioneer Center come in. Karen actually sent that up as well.
October 28th, we've got Home of the Sparrow.
Okay, excellent. So we're starting to fill in some programs here. No. We'll get one.
We don't give away enough money if we've lost touch with the local not-for-profits and what they're doing and what their needs are. So I thought it would be, we used to do a steady diet of this like every week, and it got old. But once a month to hear from a not-for-profit and what they're doing and the unique challenges they're facing because of the ongoing pandemic, I thought, would be of interest to people.
Mark, I got your email with the calendar you laid out, and we'll talk about that moving forward. In the beginning here, we'll be a little bit flexible, but I like the structure that you had in there. So we'll just talk about, we'll give it to Karen and anyone else who has a speaker, let the whole club know.
I don't know how to put it on, if if you like that layout, then we can put it on the club calendar.
Yeah.
And then fill in the blank, you know, like if it's a Rotary meeting, fill in the blank.
Yep.
And if it's a charity thing, fill in the blank, right? So just put the basics out there, because if we talked about this, if we have one meeting a month that's Rotary based, right? And then we have 2 other meetings that are something else that only makes sense as a club assembly. We're doing a board meeting right before the meeting. Let's make that the club assembly instead of having that move around, but whatever you guys want to do.
Absolutely. We're gonna get into that. Taking it today. All right. Something else that I wanted to start thinking of. Yes.
You just brought up the Pioneer Center. Are they in a position, because one of the things we did at noon was to sponsor their day out, and we would go and walk them around and everything. That was a huge thing. I know that was done for like seemingly generations. So, yeah, so is that something that we can still do, or are they doing it, or?
Do you want to talk to your point of contact, whoever is coming in, and ask
The
them?
last time we suggested that before the pandemic, they didn't want to, it was too much work for their people.
Oh, well.
So we paid for everything.
Well, you know, sometimes it changes, right? It's been a couple of years, there might be different leadership in there. Closed mouth doesn't get fed. If you want to talk to that person and just say, hey, we used to do this in the past, would you guys be interested in this again? I think that's something that the club could support. Would anyone be opposed to that? No? Okay. Does everyone know what we're talking about, what Tom's talking about?
Johnny Farmer.
We would take them out, we would give them lunch, and hang out with them, and do all that kind of stuff. Cool. So as we're talking about schedules, I'm gonna make sure we're thinking about this or talking about it. Holiday party. All right. Is everyone on board for a holiday party this year? COVID dependent, I guess. All right. Yes. Well, so, but here's the thing is that the way that I've seen it done in the past, I like saying that, the way I've seen it done in the past, let's take the clubs out of it. The way I've seen it done in the past is that we do it not during the holidays. Usually it would be in like not during Christmas. It would be in January, right? So like, because everyone has so much going on at Christmas time already. You have your family stuff, you have your significant other's family stuff, you have work parties, you have this, you have that. It's Thanksgiving, it's family, Christmas, we have Secret Santa going on. Does it make sense to start planning that for sometime in January?
Maybe you know very well, we used to do it the first week in December before the big holidays came. Right. Yeah. We've done that.
So do we want to do it the first week in December or the first week in January?
Like, when are we starting Secret Santa?
Usually around the second week. We're starting to collect toys in November, and then the event should run the 12th through the 19th. So the second full week.
I like your first week in December better. It's a great way to kick off the holidays. Exactly, that's exactly how I feel, and then we start traveling.
Okay, so first week in December,
Okay.
in lieu of a club meeting, would that work out, or do we need every meeting leading up to Secret Santa? Okay.
Do we want to keep traveling?
Not this one. Not this one.
So like the country club or something nice.
Yeah, that could work.
The other thing, I don't know how the structure goes now. But years ago, we used to set aside 50 cents a week out of every student's pay, or however we structured it, to offset the cost for membership. And so we knew it, we would use the student price card at the country club, and if the club, they basically picked up the tab, where the cost was very much reduced to the members.
50 cents a week. How many years are we saving that for?
Now, on the other, I realize realize I'm dating myself, but the point is, we took it set aside like a line item every week, so that when you got your bill, you only take your normal fee of that, and the rest was picked up by set aside.
I was gonna say, I did put a line item in there to cover at least a portion. I mean, it depends. It may not cover everything. But
So-
there is some budget money set aside for that.
So Karen, are you gonna take point on that as a social chair? Okay, so if you want to take point on that and maybe start coming up with some ideas and possible locations, I'm gonna put it out there. If Buddyz is doing this for us for free every week, it might be nice to at least explore the possibility. This is a decent enough room. I think we could have the capacity to do what we need. We can put decorations up or whatever, ample space, buffet style, whatever. I think it's something that we need to look at as a club. It doesn't have to be the only option, but I think that we need to explore that option. And then, we'll come up as a club and say, where do we want to do it? How do we want to do it? Do we want to do a gift exchange, all that kind of stuff? But if you want to start getting going on that, just so we have a start before. Yeah. No, I'm good. Sorry, I'm so indecisive. Thank you. Great. So we'll get started on that, and then not to put you on the spot, Mike. I was hoping that maybe you could run us through a quick timeline, which you kind of already did, but a quick timeline, the high points of Secret Santa. What's happening? When does it start? When do we need volunteers? What can we do as a club to help support Secret Santa better?
Sure. First of all, Secret Santa, we've lost our building.
Yay!
Yeah. So we've got a Dollar Tree going in, which is unfortunate.
Next to the Five Below?
I saw the other dollars.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's 12, 13,000 square feet. So I was hoping for another place over there, but that's also getting a Home Goods, which is the old Bed Bath Beyond. So I'm working with the city right now, trying to get maybe the old Aldi building. It is a little bit larger. So I'm trying to get in there to see how filthy it is and what condition it is based on them removing their coolers and everything else. So I'm hoping to get in there soon. I'm also looking at a place in Crystal Lake that is extremely large. That may be a fallback if Aldi doesn't work out. I did reach out to Chief Burke about brake parts building. That was sold, so he no longer has contact over there. So that doesn't look like that would work for us. But we'll find something soon, I'm sure. We've got a couple, I think John Bremer's looking around for us, and Michelle with Kin is putting her feelers out. So we're looking.
Do you want us, like, if we know someone or knows, do you want us also looking? And
if you
reaching
know
out?
somebody that's got 15,000 square feet or more, let me know. I'll reach out.
For how many days?
Ideally, we need it from mid-November through early January. Free. We've never paid for a place. So
Perfect.
if somebody's willing to donate. Exactly.
Sounds easy.
Isn't there like a Halloween spirit we can take over?
That's where we.
That's
That's the problem. It was Halloween Spirit. They're now in a smaller building over by the old stock and field. Too small for what we need.
For Detective Taylor, my information, somebody, let us take 15,000 square feet for X amount of time. That could be a tank of dumpster.
Yes.
That's an excellent point.
Yes. We usually put it out there to them. As far as dates,
Just a silly corner and then.
the problem is there's really not a lot in McHenry that large. Short of going out to the industrial park, there's not a lot of spaces left. The old Kmart would be great. The county still has control over that for vaccination site. So unless they give that up anytime soon, that's kind of out. As far as dates, I'm not sure the exact date in November. My guess would be around the 20th. We have probably the parade here in town, Christmas parade, where the motorcycles that come through, drop off toys. So that will be our first collection point for toys from that. That's when we start needing to get up the space and put the toys there. And then, like I said, December, we're looking at starting sorting on the 13th and 14th, Monday, Tuesday. And ideally wrap 17th and 18th, Friday and Saturday, and deliver on the 19th. I'll start putting out feelers probably mid-November for all of our past volunteers that have helped, and then get them signed up prior. And I'm thinking this year, maybe as a couple of us can get together and kind of brainstorm some ideas on how we can get some local businesses on board with either collecting toys for us or getting donations from them for more toys, would be great. And that's really about it for right now.
Would you be able to put that together into a product that we could send to everyone, just so everyone knows, like, sounded really good. I don't know how much I'm going to retain from that,
I
but
will
I want to
definitely-
know. And it's going to be in the minutes.
I'll send something
So
out.
like a separate one pager, I think would be good, that we could always search for. Are we looking for are we looking for toys? Do we need toys?
We always need
donated?
toys. We always need toys. We get 99% of our toys from Toys for Tots, but we never really know up until the week of. I always freak out going into it, and we always seem to get enough. We get more than enough, and we have to give away some at the end. But last year we spent $11,000 on toys between Five Below and Walmart, filling in the newborn to 3 range and the 10 to 12, 9 to 12-year-olds.
Yep.
One group, I did talk to Michelle with Kids in Need. We're going to pick up 13-year-olds this year just for McHenry. It's a small number of kids that need help, but no one seems to give them any assistance in the area. They don't get anything from, which is one of the Holy Apostles Church. So they seem to fall out. So we talked about doing gift certificates for them, and they don't need much. So I'm working with her to at least fulfill those needs. But yeah, we always use toys. So I'll reach out again. We've been getting help from Follett gave us a skid of toys the last 2 years. I want to reach out again. I don't know if we'll get anywhere with brake parts. See if they're interested in helping us like they have in the past. But those two specific age groups is where we need the most help.
Would it help to talk to Toys for Tots if they can do earlier?
No, they don't, because their guys don't start picking up. They're a bunch of old guys, and their last pickup day is usually the Friday that we're wrapping. So we're getting stuff Friday and Saturday. The last year, some of the guys weren't picking up their spots on a regular basis like they should. All of a sudden, they have a ton of toys Friday and Saturday. But for the most part, we get stuff regularly from them. They start giving to some of their earlier charities, and then we get everything else. We've got 1.5 storage units filled already. We've got a 10x10 in Crystal Lake, and we've got our own half bars filled in McHenry here. So we've got a nice start of good stuff.
I don't know how it works, but when we do the Toys for Tots deal every year, they then receive a check from Subaru that we've collected at Gary Lake. Do they give that money to you guys to buy the toys, or do they buy them for you?
It depends. That goes into their own bank account. Last year, I think, based on them having extra funds, they did allow us we spent up to, I think it was $5,000 at a wholesale level. Had 2 skids of toys, case lots, shipped into us. We were able to pick age groups and specific toys.
Just gave them a check for $5,000, so you should.
So we get some. It just kind of depends on how the coordinator's feeling, and I'm going to reach out to him this year to see if he's not going to do that for us, at least allow us to spend some of our money through this organization, because again, we can buy it at wholesale in case lots. But anything we can do to get larger companies out in the McHenry area boxes too, they're willing to help us and incentivize receiving toys, the better. We obviously can't.
Toys for Tots, can they give us a list of who they already have, so we don't, because Jeeps on the Run or Jeeps on the Go, whatever it is, they tried to come into Gary Lane last year. They put boxes in, and Toys for Tots was like, okay, I don't know where this actually came from, but there's some confusion there.
Oh,
And I just want to make sure that
there's more than confusion there. There's some animosity between Lake County and McHenry County.
So
I
just
tried-
want to make sure that if I'm walking into a building, if I can put a box
there that they're not like, no, we've got, you know.
I can reach out and see if I can get a list from them. I have reached out to Mike with Jeeps on the Run and trying to see if there's a way we can work. I know last year he kind of came to me late and it was too late to work together. We may see if we could do something where they can help us because they collect a ton
Right.
and even collect even more money afterwards. So there may be a way that he can help us.
So I will say, would it be feasible that, like, can I get a box in my office
Sure.
and say, like, I'm a collection point for
Yes.
toys
We
for
have a
students?
limited number of boxes. We put our boxes in all the schools.
I mean, I guess I could use my own box, right?
Sure. But
Save the
I can get-
boxes.
but I can get flyers, and I may be able to get more boxes this year. I'm looking to try to purchase more Toys for Tots because our boxes are getting old.
Yeah.
And these guys are very cranky when it comes, they want their boxes back. They're very territorial. So if I can get my own boxes and they can back off.
So I would say if you,
Maybe they need to be a recipient of some of our money so that they can buy boxes.
You know, yeah, that's a whole other animal.
I'm sorry.
Let me tell you.
so if we can get flyers, I'll use my office as a collection point. I would encourage everyone to do the same. And anytime they post on social media, you follow it up with, you share it, you say, we're a collection point, drop it off at the office. This is what we're looking for. You'll give us a call ahead of time and we'll make sure it gets to the right people. So I think that we all should be able to do something along those lines. Yes, sir.
You mentioned we took the boxes in schools.
Sure.
We have numbers of us that are West Campus and South High School and so on. They make it some of that. I know they have morning announcements and things like that that often are ignored. Unless some staff member oversees it to make sure that it's.
We could try. I know like McHenry High School, I think their Key Club collects for their own organization. They help us, but we could certainly work better with the schools.
Yeah, but they do their own like collect toys. They have their own.
We generally don't put collection boxes in the high schools. They only go in the grade schools. I think what we need to think a little bit about, it might be worth spending a few bucks, is printing up some flyers to have the school send home to their kids. Because some years we've had great collections. Mark can tell you, he's been to a couple locations once, twice, 3 times in the 4-week span that we've had a box there. There are other schools you go pick up and there's 5, 6 toys in there.
Is there any way we can get on the school newsletter that they sent out?
We'd have to contact each school and get them to do it. I've got some contacts at the school, so it's something I've been thinking about.
So I would say too, along these lines, I'm really psyched about this. And I think this could be like a really great opportunity for us as a club to come together and maybe like blow ourselves away and like what we can do. If we really buy into this, if we really get excited about it, like let's make this an awesome thing and let's try and like not spend any money and see where we can go with this, because we have the numbers and we have the motivation right now. If anyone has any ideas, I say just coordinate with Mike, make sure that he's not already doing that, but come up with ideas. Like I was just thinking, right here in November, Scott Simon, who's an old Rotarian, does a hustle. The turkey trot. Are they not?
The turkey trot will be there, but it's not.
Turn over to Kiwanis or which?
The turkey trot's still
They turned it over.
Kiwanis have taken it over.
To another group.
Yeah, they turned it over this year to Kiwanis or.
So regardless, if things like that, if we talk to people who are doing turkey trots or 5Ks or whatever, you have any other idea, run it by Mike and like say, hey, can we put a box out there and have you be a collection point for that one day when there's thousands of people potentially going through there.
Do we do collection points at high traffic supporters of our club, i.e. Buddyz or DC Cops, having boxes there and can post on social media to come out to Buddyz and get your dinner and drop off a toy while you're there?
We've had, I think, a box here in the past. We've done Hub Market. We've done the theater. We try to get those places. Most of them have been pretty decent. Alex is over on 120, has been an excellent collection point.
That's the way we can help cross promote.
I would say if you're promoting it on Facebook that you've got a location, putting it out there, if we stress those age groups, that's huge.
Yeah.
Because,
Million
you know,
percent.
it's great to get the stuff, but if we're getting Barbies that we already have a
Millions.
shitload of,
Millions of
there's no need for
Matchbox
more.
cars,
But if we can get
millions of
some
them.
of the nicer stuff.
To your point, we did that last year, had a collection point in our office. And, you know, we had a box there, and I put it on social media, and I had people coming up, knocking on the door, going, 100 to a toy drop off. Okay, then I'm
Yeah.
thinking they got like 1 or 2 things. Oh, no, they unload a cart.
Yeah, I would send them your way because they didn't feel like coming down to McHenry's. I'm like, oh, go over here. We've got a load.
There's a collection.
Have them at it.
Oh, that's fine, because I can bring them up anyway.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, Mike, if I could add something with the boxes, which would be great. I know it came up about us getting our own boxes. That would not be a bad idea at all. Because then if we had the collection boxes and they were dropped off at the facility, kind of like we always had those big Toys for Tots boxes, you know, filled with stuff, then we can use those to help pack things up and put back in the storage locker if we need to. One thing we're always short of, it seems like at the end of the Secret Santa, is boxes.
Yeah.
So we have to buy boxes every year potentially, but to have some of those around on a regular basis from our club would be huge. That'd be big.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna reach out to the guy next week, see if we can set up a meeting, and if I can go ahead and order boxes this year. I know they're not
What kind of
cheap, but
boxes
it's
are you
worth it.
looking for?
These are the Toys for Tots collection boxes.
Okay.
That come pre-printed with their stuff on it. They have to usually order them a month or so in advance.
Cool. Awesome. Anything else on Secret Santa?
I think that's it for now.
I feel like I'm faking it really good today, guys. All right. The next thing, announcements and.
Did you want to say something? You look like you were getting ready to.
Nope, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave wants to add some dates. Let's do it.
So a couple district relevant dates. October 23rd is a Saturday. There's the fall training, 7:30 a.m. to noon.
Yep.
If anybody is interested in any kind of leadership training, and it doesn't even have to be Rotary relevant, the fall training is a great session, great seminar as far as just general leadership assistance there. There's a whole bunch of different breakout sessions there, so it should be
Virtual or in person?
What's that? It's
Virtual.
virtual. It's gonna be virtual, Saturday morning, 7:30 to noon.
I've listened to those before on a Saturday morning whilst doing like yard work. Works out well. If you're interested, and they're pretty good and very informative. Kind of gets you plugged into the bigger, you know, the Rotary proper as well mindset.
There should be emails coming out about that to sign up. I believe it's free. Just to go, it should be free. The other date relevant for the club is our governor's visit. I don't know if you followed up with district leadership about
I
that.
talk to him every day, man.
We're still scheduled for a Wednesday at noon.
Sweet.
So
At Pearl,
I don't
in
think
Pearl?
location doesn't matter, but somewhere in McHenry. But it's going to be very difficult for us to change that just because the governor visits like 70 different folks and they're all scheduled like in the same couple months. So my guess is we should try and adjust to that if we can make a Wednesday work. So heads up ahead of time. I'll keep mentioning it so people can adjust their calendars. Wednesday, November 3rd is that
Did
day.
you come out to your?
No.
He came out to the, yeah, to
To
the
the,
event there. He did not come out to BB&B though.
obviously, he has his priorities.
He said he didn't think he could make it. Hey, speaking of training, they still have the openings for the District Leadership Academy, if anybody's interested. I know that they've probably bugged the three of us of reattending. I said, I'll give it a shot. I'm not as busy as I was last year, but it's.
I'm way busier. I can't do it.
I've been there for days. That's another one too, where it was virtual.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit more to do that. But even if you start it and don't finish it, like I think all three of us did, it is, but you get something out of it. You really do. And if you want to be more involved in the club, if you want to take over, you know, more leadership roles, or you just want to, you know, get out there and learn more about, you know, for your own professional development, I'd highly recommend it. If you're frustrated with the club, do it, and then come be better.
Pace, it's only one course a month you have to finish, and you've got a whole month to complete it.
It's worth it. Definitely, I would say, even just to start it.
It's starting now. I think they had an informal meeting last night. And my guess this month is probably the first
Yeah,
course.
it's easy to jump into as well if it's already started. I had to do that last year. Is that it? Awesome. Good. All right. I want to bring this up. I think this was touched on last week. I want to touch on it again, but just to kind of maybe in a different light. We talked about a spring event last week, right? To no resolution, I believe. Correct? Yes? All right. Here's what I would like to do. I'd like to put a deadline on spring event proposals. Fair enough, right? Like if you're passionate about this, if you're passionate about anything, tell us. We're gonna I want to see people stand up and see what's going on. I'll put a proposal together. I guess any format you want. The better the proposal, the more likely the club will want to do it. Talk about what you want to do, why you want to do it, how much you think it'll cost, what the benefit to the club is, what the benefit to the community is. I think it's a pretty good starting point. In there, you guys did a proposal for Oktoberfest, right? That I think I missed. Yes. If you have that format, however you did that, and you want to send that to the group, maybe we can use that as like a template if that's possible. Yeah. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So yeah, we'll do that proposal deadline for the calendar. If we start locking it in there, that would be a first or second week event, right? First week, like a club assembly. So like maybe the first Thursday in November. Does that make sense in the cycle that you had out there? Okay. Let's do the first Thursday in November. So we'll give you guys some time. The first Thursday in November, we will do spring event proposals. That should give us 5 or 6 months at least. What?
Oh, months for
planning. That'll give us 5 or 6 months for planning. Does that sound fair enough to execute, or do we think we need to make that October?
Matt, a little clarification. Was the discussion about a spring fundraiser or a spring big service project? Are we thinking more along lines of a Secret Santa or more along lines of a BB&B?
All of it, Jeff. Whatever you want to do, man. Yes. Yes. And it's going to be a battle royale to the death. One winner takes all. What I'm hoping is, I'm hoping for a few proposals, at least 2 or 3, because then now we've got proposals in the bucket, in the hopper per se, that we can execute on at some other point in time. And so maybe we say yes to this one in the spring, but wouldn't it be great if we do that one next fall? Or this one is, maybe this is more like a BBB, and that's going to be like a 2023 project that we do, right? But now we're starting to talk about those things. Now we're talking about the future, but to get those in the hopper there. So to answer your question, yes, whatever you want, whatever you're passionate about, right? Put it out there and let's make it happen. As I've said before, I feel like my biggest job and the best thing I can do this year is to empower everyone to do what they want to do with Rotary, and to be there to support you guys. I think this is a good first step. Did that answer your question?
It did. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're good with that. Deadline, first Thursday in November. Bring your proposal, battle royale. I love this stuff. Real quick, because I know we're running low on time here. I know we also talked about committees last week, and I have a due out from that to the board. I need to, as part of our bylaws, I'm allowed to recommend different committees or additions or removals. I'm going to do that. We had talked about as a board, 5 basic committees. It's actually 4 committees that kind of roll into a project committee. And so I'm going to put together a proposal for the board. We're going to hash it out and talk about what each of the committees is, how we're nesting what we already have in the bylaws already, and then what changes we would need to make. And so I'll get that hammered out with what those responsibilities and duties look like, and then kind of like what it is already, what we're hoping it would be in the future, and then who's responsible for those committees as well. But I just want you guys to know that's something that I'm working on, and I know that I have a due out to the board to make that happen. I will make that happen as quickly as possible. Give us some clarification, and then help us with some of the stuff that we're doing in the future here. That's all I had for that. Lastly, program, none. And so I will ask, as I think Denny's got something, anything for the good of Rotary. Denny, what you got?
Last week, we talked about structure committee. One of the things we took out was the foundation view. And the membership group, down to that, I would just suggest a formal, that in addition, this year will be covered. That one of the things on there has a financial structure that's the background of the club. If at all possible. That conversation is very close with a couple people that are telling me on the record that the foundation was well run, but we weren't getting the yield of the return that the market was producing at the time. And it occurred to me that it would be good to have somebody who studies it on a very regular basis and ensure all of those variables as we go through our process.
I think that's a great idea.
Foundations you get, whatever it is, I know I'm quoting the term, but the concept is that membership, in my opinion, should have one area of expertise on it, such that we can follow the market on a very regular basis, daily basis. And unless the information I was given by a couple different people at the time is inaccurate, they were pointing out that the market was actually producing more yield than we were getting from the current.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I know I can speak for myself, and you know, we've got a couple of other you know, people with securities registrations here as well. That in my specific case, I would love to do that, but actually, with my company, I need to abstain from voting, and I cannot give advice in those capacities in an official manner. I can talk to club members about how I feel about what's going on and maybe like what I would do in my business in similar situations, but I'm not able to give advice or even vote on anything relating to the investments. I think it's a great thought. I think that's a great idea, and part of the foundation bylaws now too, Denny, is that we're gonna shop it every couple of years, I think, and have another firm look at it. So we'll be getting the industry benchmarking from another professional who's probably not going to be someone from this club, but I'm sure that the financial professionals in this club will informally find ways to talk about how they feel about certain things. That's vague enough for anybody.
We heard nothing.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. We can educate, but we can't give advice. Right? So yeah, but that, you know, part of the bylaws that we reviewed, it's a built-in factor to what we're doing. And with any investment, you want to give it time to work and do its thing. But we'll get another perspective on there from a licensed professional.
In the organizations I've been in, it always seems like the foundation is double top secret. You know, and it's like it exists over there. We have money, but we can't spend it, we can't share it. And it took like literally acts of God to kind of break it open and finally and to be transparent. So people, it's not bad to have money. And it's good to think about how you manage it and be good stewards of it, as I talk about it. And so I think it's great that we're talking, with the new bylaws, be transparent. Then we can be more accountable to everyone.
Absolutely. And so like if we look at it like this, like last year we did a lot of like infrastructure for the club, right? And now this year we're able to start executing on some of that. And that's why, my first focus here was getting the social stuff going and getting more structure internally to what's happening. But my very next thing is that I'm working on is the committees, right? So that we can start doing committee reports once a month. And we're going to have the heads of the committees stand up and say to everyone, so not just the foundation, all of the committees, this is what's happening in this committee, this is where we are, this is what we're planning, and this is where we need support from the club. So I think we're definitely heading in that direction, Tom. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Anyone else have anything for the good of Rotary? I think that's it. Can I ask a question? So I've seen it done a different way, the four-way test. And I think that there's two ways that we can look at this, that we've been doing them at the end of the meeting. And it's kind of like, take this four-way test with you out of here into the world, right? I've seen it done at the beginning of the meeting where it's like, we're about to do club business, so let's be guided by these founding principles, right? I'll tell you, my preference would be in the beginning to guide us through our conversations and our interactions with each other. Is anyone opposed to that? And speak up, feel free. Like, I want to have these conversations. This gets us talking more about like Rotary, like who are we as Rotarians, right? And I want to hear different perspectives.
Your year.
What's that?
Your year.
But I want to hear like, because like, that's how I feel. But if anyone has like, oh no, like it needs to be this, and like, does anyone have any opposition to?
I love change.
Yeah,
Great.
change is good.
I love it.
Just no singing.
For like X amount of time.
For this year. We'll do it for this year.
This year, wow, that's a big.
We're gonna try it for this year. So we're gonna start. We're gonna do the four-way test here.
For other closing remarks? Meeting with them?
So I like also, now that I've introduced Lennon back, I like happy dollars at the end, right? Because, and here's the thing, we have, and this, I'm not gonna change this right now, because it's working all right now. My thinking is, and I'd love input on this, my thinking is happy dollars at the end, because I want to end on that high note, and I want it to lead into conversations as we're eating and walking out the door, right? Like great meeting. You guys over there, happy dollars. Jeff, I want to talk to you more about your son's track, or who are they playing next in soccer? My son just started soccer, right? Because the way that I see it now, we do the happy dollars at the end, and then we do club business. And also, I want front row club business, because I think that's why we're here, right? Like, let's make sure we get club business done. And if that club business takes the entire hour, and people need to jet out because we've taken out that whole hour, and then we do happy dollars afterwards. Right? As you're leaving, great. If you have a happy dollar, put it, and let's talk about happy dollars, and that's great. But let's make sure we get club business done before we get into that, and let's end on a personal note into the rest of the day.
The only issue with that at all, and it probably might not be, when you have a speaker. Typically what it's done is now we do our club business, we turn it over to the speaker. And they run out the clock of meeting, we have a speaker ahead of time. Now we're gonna be, they run over, meeting, and yell, and
so if we have a club speaker, we'll give them like how much time they have, and we'll monitor that. Most club speakers would probably be like half hour, maybe 45 minutes. And on a speaker or program day, we wouldn't have a lot of club business because we've already done club business prior to that. So it would be like updates more than anything, more than conversation. And then we end on happy dollars, right? So give them the time, and we can figure out how much time they have. And then we can figure out the back end on happy dollars, because I don't want the happy dollars to dictate the speaker or the club business.
So we just need a folk to be able to pull them off stage. Right,
we got time. We've got stuff to do. And then they can plan their day better as well. You can say, if you only have a half hour to do this presentation, come in right at 12. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we're going to introduce guests and go right into your program, and you're done by 12:30, 12:40. And then you can go out, or you can stay for the rest of the time to see what this club's all about, and then do happy dollars, and then talk to people about soccer games and kids behaving and all that kind of stuff. What's that?
Somebody speaking, placing our lunch orders at the same time. I've been telling people 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And
Wouldn't it be easier when you walk in, you give your order and then done, and then it's not, if you get here 10 minutes in advance.
If you know you're gonna eat, come 5 minutes early and put in your order.
Frankly, I like the four-way test in the beginning because it, to me, is our mission. It leads to our mission of why we're all here. And that is a good segue for me.
I'm changing it. All right. Jeff, what's up?
Two quick things. First off, I'll just tell you kind of the spirit of why we always did happy dollars in the beginning. It was more to be an introduction. Okay, just more of, hey, go around here. I'm here. This is what's going on in my life. It kind of put the emphasis on, hey, we are our members. Kind of put the emphasis on that, and we always liked that. We actually used it more as an introduction. I know in the morning club it was called happy dollars and usually threw in $1, but honestly, we went around the table and everybody said something. Everybody at least introduced themselves. So it was kind of an introduction more than anything else. Second, I'll just say on behalf of the hybrid meeting, I got to tell you, this is the best hybrid meeting I've been part of. The way the room is set up, hearing everybody, seeing everybody, it's been wonderful. So I think this setup is fantastic for this. So
awesome. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, with the happy dollars, we'll talk about it more. We'll think about it. And again, you know, like I would even counterpoint that I love that, and I want to remember that I want to create space for not just this is what's happening in my life. I want conversations to happen out of that and interactions as well. We'll talk about it. Like I said, I'm not going to change this right now, but I just wanted to put it out there to the club. Maybe that is we can change that at any time. Maybe sometimes we'll do it at the beginning, sometimes we'll do it at the end. That could be something that we're flexible with as a club as well. I think that's a great point, though, John.
Our drinks free.
For years.
She charges for me. The drinks are supposed to be free.
I know, but did you get a different one that has like my name on it? Yeah. I'll tell you. I already put this one, so just change it, sorry.
Did she put it on the right card?
Yeah, well, that's what, because I looked at the back and I have just.
Yeah.
This is right, but I don't.
That's weird.
So sorry, if you want to.
It's all right. Oh, that is right. No, that's good for me.
I was raised in a humorous way. And you went around the room and said, if I could somebody else's turn, the next one, please. And you raised a lot of money. And it's supposed to be humorous.
I think we just found a great volunteer for that. I think that I think that's a big thing. And I think that that's something that you can add in there, add into history, add into fun. I think that would definitely be something at the end of the meeting, and maybe not every single meeting. We'd have to look at that. But I like where your head's at.
We used to take an hour and a half for meetings.
Yeah.
It was often fun, but I don't know if it's that time. So we have
Yeah.
to say this.
I like it, Denny, and we'll think about it. I'm always going to be honest and transparent with you guys. Not a top priority for me, but if it is for you, let's come up with a plan and let's put it together. Okay. Yeah, I love it. Anyone else? For the good of Rotary? Anyone online for the good of Rotary? Oh, there's John. Oh, video's done. All right. Four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Wendy, do you want to lead us out?
Seeing as you started it.
Yours?
Is it true?
Is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and contributions? Will be beneficial to all concerned.
Fifth, will it be fun?
All right, awesome. Thank you,
Bye, everybody. Have a good week.
See you, everyone. Thanks for coming online, guys. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day.